Here we go.
Let's go. Let's breathe.
You remember
that with the Jamie Foxx?
Yeah. I know the whole thing, man.
Turn my phone with Simon, man. Fellas, man, we're gonna try this again, man. Technical difficulty this morning, but I think it's all good. Welcome back to the What If Podcast, where possibility begins. It's your boy CJ.
It's your boy Trav, I'm here.
And it's your boy Jaws.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All the great introductions.
Yes, it
all
is.
the great introductions. Fellas, man, back at the table. Good Sunday, man. This is Palm Sunday. Yeah, man. One Sunday. Yeah, I'm up on it. One Sunday before Easter, man.
Okay.
Come, try to give a little bit of enlightenment, good conversation. Little switch up from the topics that we may talk about during the week. You know what I mean? Little something else to chew on.
Go ahead.
Speaking of the week, we always start off with a little recap of the previous week. We had a nice event yesterday, so I guess we'll let you go first, Big Trav.
Yeah, dude.
You had a big moment last week.
Last week for me, it was a kind of not a slow week, but it was had a little bit of everything going on last week. Of course, I've been at the school, but I actually started the GMAT testing last week. The standardized test for the kids, 3rd through 5th grade. Yeah, I already said how I feel about that, but.
So we was at the birthday party yesterday.
Yeah.
Your sister was telling us a story, and I had just put some water in my mouth. About the G-Mans, man, made me spit my water everywhere, man. So little boy finished the test in 10 minutes.
For real?
I'm sorry, man. Go ahead. Yeah, so y'all started the testing.
Yeah, so, because testing started, that don't have really nothing to do with me because I'm 1st grade and my kids don't take it.
Oh, yeah?
But, they started at 3rd grade.
Okay.
But, of course, schedules changed throughout the school because of testing. So, it was a little hectic last week. We had the flu sweep through our 1st grade wing.
Oh, yeah?
The whole wing. I had a teacher leave Thursday because she had it. About 5 or 6 kids who sent home Friday. They had it from the same class.
I flew no joke, boy.
Yeah, and I kind of felt myself, trying to get sick. I don't know what it was called, so, I got on the phone with the doctor real quick.
Dr. Perry.
Got me right.
Yeah.
So we tried to stop that before it even happened. And of course, yesterday, man, we had my baby boy 1st birthday party.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we had our boy birthday party.
I had my boy birthday party. His 1st birthday. His birthday was actually Thursday. But we celebrated the birthday yesterday at the house.
My boy a whole one piece.
Yeah. It's crazy how fast time went by, but yeah, man, we had a good time. Had a lot of family and friends come out. Enjoyed ourselves, man, celebrating his whole 1st year being alive, man, being here with us.
So your other son didn't think I can do a front flip. I told him, I said, dog, who you think you talking to, man? So I had to take my shoes off and get in the moonwalk and show your oldest son that I can do a front flip, man. He did his little front flip. I did my little front flip. He said, where you going? I did it.
Yeah.
I'm done. That's all the energy I got. Yeah, man. But yeah, good week, man. Definitely enjoyed the party yesterday, man. I always enjoy, real talk, man. I always enjoy linking up with y'all family, man.
Yeah.
You come from two big, you and your wife come from two big families, so it's always just such a family-like environment.
Yeah.
When y'all do something, man, it's always good.
Yeah. Big family.
Big families. Yeah, and my boy Trav only making it bigger.
Yeah.
You hear me?
I did my part.
Yeah.
Made my contribution to both sides.
Your first contributions.
First 2, that's it.
We'll see.
Alright, yep.
Big Jarvis.
What it do? It's your boy
Went to the party
Jaws.
yesterday, man. I know how the work thing go, man. We tried to carry on without you. It was difficult, but we did what we could do. But talk to us about your
I appreciate for trying to hold it down.
Yeah,
man.
we did the best we could, man. Tell us what you was working with last week.
To me, kind of, man, this week kind of went by fast to me, man. But it was a good week. Grinded out majority of the week, just Ubering it. So just ride around and getting it and just trying to get them coins. But yeah, other than that, it's been an awesome week. Had a chance to sit down with my niece again and talk to her.
Oh yeah, did you use any of the podcasts from last week in that conversation?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Yeah. Went good. I had to go to school to talk to her, but it's
Take time.
yeah, it take time. But like I said, man, I'm just trying to get everyone thinking differently so we can evolve, for the better. And yeah, man, but family is good. I'm good. But like I said, it was a good week. This week, moving forward, I take the Gates. So
No.
yeah, I take the Gates on
You
Thursday.
knew about that?
Yeah.
Private conversations?
Yeah.
You take the Gates on Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday I take the Gates.
What a way to find out.
Yeah.
On the podcast. This is so
Well, what a
interesting.
way to be alive.
Oh man, we got our special guest coming
Yes,
back.
it is.
Hey Ginger.
Yeah, but so just preparing for that, and of course gonna be in the school more this week, and next week I think I'm so for travel. So
Yeah.
While we in Vegas?
yeah, unfortunately, but I still gonna get these coins.
Yes, so
But
you
yeah.
subbing for Big Tribe.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna be back at Pool Elementary.
You subbing all the days we're gonna be gone?
Yeah.
Friday, Monday, Tuesday?
Yeah, well, Friday I'm gonna be at Wednesday.
Tell Jarvis up. Hey man.
But yeah, it was
tell your kids to be good while you're gone, man.
Yeah, please. But other than that, like I said, it was a great week. Another week to be humble for, and yeah.
Man, that's good, man. Y'all felt it. I mean, I guess, I had a pretty similar week to y'all. It was just kind of, I guess, what you call a mundane type week. Tell you my highlight. I finally got the tenant out the house that I'm renovating.
Right.
So we got her gone, and I walked through with one of my investors yesterday, and man, he was well pleased.
Yeah.
Well pleased with the neighborhood. Well pleased with the property.
Mm-hmm.
He had good ideas as far as next steps. And I'll be honest, man. It was a small little token, but it was a little fulfilling moment for me.
Right.
It felt good to have somebody else validate what I thought was a good idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially someone who has a vested interest in the property. You know what I mean? Not a bystander. Somebody who's actually, in it with me.
Right.
So that was definitely a good feeling. And just speaking for the rest of the week, I know we just talked about Vegas, man. I'm not a terribly big shopper. You know what I mean? Right. But I do like putting outfits together.
Yeah.
So with the Vegas thing going on, it's just a time to, kind of be creative. Yeah. And when I say I'm not a terribly big shopper, I shop for stuff as it happens. That's what I mean by that. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going out, I'll go grab a fit. But I'm not the kind of person who, oh man, that look good, I'm just going to grab it and I'll find something to go with it later. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's not really how I shop. But the internet shopping thing is real new to me. You know what I mean? So my wife been coaching me up, you know what I mean? So she like, when you see it and you like it, just put it in the cart. You know what I mean? And then,
oh Lord,
once you get everything in the cart, go check the return policy out. And as long as the return policy is favorable, buy it. Get it to the house. Get what you like. You send back what you don't like. Yeah. I'm like, oh, this is like a dressing room. It's like a virtual dressing room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, just kind of getting into the experience. And I'm only 27, but folks call me an old man just because the technology aspect of the thing, I don't really, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like she like, you can deposit your check on the phone. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna go inside the bank and deal with a real live person, cause you know what I mean. that's just better for me. But yeah, man, the Vegas thing has kind of expanded my horizons. Everybody know who we going with, and his flair. His style of, his red dressing. So kind of, just kind of stepping things up a little bit, man. Yeah. Enjoyable experience, man.
Yeah.
Moving forward, man. I know on the conference call, on all the conference calls every week, we always try to nail down the topic as far as what we're going to talk about on the podcast that week, and try to put a decent amount of thought into it as far as what we talked about last week, things that we haven't touched on, what would be a good topic that could include a lot of people, and so on and so forth. And a lot of that comes through our devotions. All right, one of our devotions this week was just from Genesis 1:27. I want to say, don't quote me on that, but I want to say it was Genesis 1:27. Basically, that we were all created in His image, right?
Yeah.
So He created everybody in His image, and the only difference in the verse was the last line where He said He made them male and female. That was it. But as far as everything else, it was, as far as man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man was all the same. All right. So when they say mankind, they weren't talking about a man. It was right. It's the man, right? And the only difference would be the male and female. Mm-hmm. But as far as the man part, you know what I mean? They say a woman can't raise a man. A woman can raise a man. She can't raise a male, but she can raise a man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right? Gender roles, it's kind of performative, right? Like, it's just a performance. Like, men take out the trash and men cut the grass and men wash. That's just like the man thing. Men burp and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you got your kind of gender characteristics, but as far as that's the male part. But as far as a man, a woman can raise a man to be trustworthy and respectful and so on and so forth, patient or kind or whatever the case may be. But as far as what we were saying when He made everybody in our image, the point of the devotion was that we're a lot more alike than we are different. Right. You know what I mean? And we talk on the podcast often about things being different sides of the same coin. Different sides of the same coin, and that things, we put these distinctions on things. This is good, this is bad. I like all this, I don't like all that. And we usually come to the understanding that you can't have one without the other. Right? And then trying to figure out how that could help us to be more accepting of others, less judgmental of others. You know what I mean? Trying to work to the understanding that, man, it's really all kind of the same. Like, I'm really the same as you. I have all of your same struggles. They present themselves differently, right? Yeah. But as far as the struggle, it's kind of the same. Like, we all dealing with the same thing, even though it kind of fleshes itself out differently for different people. Mm-hmm. The root of it is the same for all of us. You know what I mean? Like, we all want to feel loved. We all want to feel accepted, right? We may take different measures to get there. Yeah. And we may, right? You maybe want to be accepted by this community of people. I may want to be accepted by this community of people. But at the end of the day, it still boils down to the root cause of I want to feel loved. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really that deep. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what we're looking for. So, I guess my first question, man. Either one of y'all feel like y'all got a problem with judging people? And when I say a problem with judging people, all right, so
Just being judgmental.
Just being judgmental. And okay, so I see something, boom, thought pop in my head. But once the thought pop in your head, where do we go after that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Boom, I got the thought. I'm like, that look a little sketchy. I don't really know now, but then where I go with, you know what I'm saying? Do my actions follow that up? You know what I'm saying? Do I treat you differently because of it? Yeah, how does that go? You know what I mean?
I guess I said I am guilty of being judgmental at times. I think I've definitely gotten a whole lot better as far as catching it and, kind of not letting it get further than, hold on, wait, you know what I'm saying? I probably got the same problems they got, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably dealing with the same thing they dealing with, or, you know what I'm saying? We gotta think about how they may be looking at you as well.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I am guilty of it, but I think I've gotten better. But I think I don't want to say that's just human nature in us to judge.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Because going back to the scripture, it said He made us in His image, right? Mm-hmm. And He judges. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think that to a certain point, yeah, it is. To a certain extent, yeah, it is. For us to draw distinctions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Distinctions are just a part of life. Mm-hmm. You know, because you don't know one without the other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we draw distinctions, but distinctions are good for like survival type things.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even though the mind doesn't cut it off, you have to take control and say, okay, I don't need it for this, I need it for that. But as far as the initial thought, yeah, that's human nature, like you just said.
Okay, yeah, well, and what you just said was kind of where I was going with it, and like we talked about before, like being judgmental, it may not necessarily always be a good thing, but it may not necessarily always be a bad thing as well. Because like you said, it may work in this situation, but not for this situation. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I can pull up here and be like, hey, I don't think this is a good place. I might need to give a ride if something go down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then the shooting, God forbid, happened, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? That worked out for me being judgmental in that situation versus me getting to a place and say, oh, look at all these people in here. You know what I'm saying? They look like they all stuck up like rich people. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to accept me, but then I go in there and they friendly as all get out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just, like you said, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. And I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, nor is it always a good thing.
And to your point, nothing ever really is, right? Nothing's inherently all bad or inherently all good. You know what I'm saying? It's usually a middle line somewhere.
Yeah.
Good job, man. You be judging folks, man.
Do I be judging people?
Yeah.
I say the younger me, I have a lot, but as I got older and evolved to a bigger and better person, it kind of decreased. I would say I really stopped being judgmental kind of when I got to college and I started seeing different ethnicity. I can't say the word.
Ethnicity.
Thank you. And like different people from different places. Yeah, I say the younger me, I was kind of judgmental a lot. And then
what kind of people you judge? You know what I'm saying? What kind of judging? Because there's a group that takes a particular amount of awareness for myself.
I judge everybody. I mean, sort of say, yeah. But I judge. I don't want to say it because it makes me sound kind of
racist.
Yeah. Not racist because I sound prejudiced. I don't want to sound prejudiced, but I kind of judge.
Get it out, bro. Just get it out.
I kind of judge.
A lot of people feel the same.
Yeah, I kind of judge of the other race. I'm sorry.
If you don't say it, I'm gonna say it.
I judge our oppressors. Okay, that's a nice word for it.
What was it?
Our oppressors.
Our oppressors. Okay.
Yeah, and then.
Man,
and then me being, like I said, kind of growing up. Of course, I went to private school. Went to private school for 2 years and saw like how they move and how. Yeah. It kind of it kind of questioned things. Like, I know me and my mom, I always tell my mom this like every blue moon. But I remember I was in private school. I was in 10th grade. I was sitting on the top bleacher in the gym. It was just me in the gym. The whole gym was dark. And I texted my mom. I was like, "What is life?" And she called me immediately like, "What is wrong with you? Like, why are you questioning life? What's wrong with you?" Like, she thought I was like suicidal. And I'm like, "Nah, I just wanted to ask a question. Like, what is life?" Because, you know, growing up, you know, your parents try to shelter you, you know, from the world, society, and then the older you get, the more you're gonna, you know, experience.
Exposed to most of it.
So like around that age, I really wasn't exposed to all that. Like people judging me because of my skin and judging me just because who I am, and it took a while to accept it later on in life. But I say that's one of the, I wouldn't say one of the main reasons, but I say that was a factor why I left, and I went back to public school because I felt judged a lot. But going back to me, sorry, but yeah, I feel like I did judge people a lot when I was younger, but yeah, I feel like I evolved.
Feel like you evolved from it? I would say it like this. I'm going to say that when it comes down to judging people, I won't say that I've evolved from it because there are instances that I definitely do. You got it. But you got it. But there are instances that I definitely do. What I'll say is that it takes a particular amount of awareness for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That area of thought for myself takes a particular amount of awareness for me, and especially dealing with that ethnic group that Jarvis was inferring. You know what I'm saying? When I deal with white people, Caucasian people, sometimes it does take a very particular amount of awareness for me in those situations. And when I say the awareness part, because I've come to realize, and growing up in the church, this was always just threw me off, right? The church would say stuff like, don't judge and don't worry and all this and third. So when I would have the thought, I would feel like I was doing something wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I worried again. I judged again, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I've gotten to the point, I'm like, okay, that's not me. I can't shut that off.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's when my mind sees it and then the thought, those two things are the same. It just kind of happens, you know what I mean? So I can't say that I'm responsible for that, you know what I mean? But what goes on after it, right? If that starts to dictate my actions and then I'm not aware of it, then you may be in a situation where you are worrying or you are judging or whatever the case may be. But I would have to be honest, man, because I mean, this is the What If podcast, man. I mean, I like to lay it out there, and I do judge. I do. I form opinions. Based on what I see. At times. There are times that I do it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very thankful that I'm aware of it. But there are times that I allow it to go past the thought. You know what I'm saying? There are times that I take action on the thought. And I may talk a little rougher. You know what I'm saying? Or I may show very disinterested body language. I might get, you know, I do. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I guess that's why it's just so important to understand, man, that there's really no difference. You know what I'm saying? Now, you should always protect your energy. You know what I mean? But you should always protect your energy. But I shouldn't. I got to give you I had to give you the opportunity to show me whether I need to be protecting my energy or not. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can't cut off a whole ethnic group, dog. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of private schools, I've had mixed experiences.
Yeah.
All right, because I got expelled from public school, and when I did go to private school, there's only one private school in the whole city of Savannah that let me come to their school. All right, I tried all of them. All of them said no, except for one. All right, and everybody in that school was white. Right, so I have a certain level of gratitude to that school. To this day, I still go back to the school. I still help out because I'm appreciative of it. I've had another experience when I was on the way to Daytona. 97 Grand Marquis, champagne color on some 24s, all leather interior, N-dash, had 212s in the back, beating down the whole city. It was nice.
It was pretty nice.
It was very nice.
Very nice.
On the way to Daytona, and got pulled over on I-95 right there in, what's Jacksonville, Duval?
Duval.
Yeah, Duval County. Yeah, them Duval officers ripped my car apart, you know what I'm saying? That was the first day that I found out that the back seat actually comes up and out of the Grand Marquis. You know what I'm saying? Like literally up and out. You can actually take the whole seat out. So, yeah, that was another experience, you know what I'm saying? Crazy thing is, I was detailing cars around that time. So before I even got on the road, I detailed my car. You know what I mean? I knew for myself that there was absolutely nothing in the car. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the officer like, well, we gonna walk the dog around the car, and if the dog hit,
then we're gonna search it.
Then we're gonna search it.
Probable cause.
Because it's probable cause.
Yeah.
So the dog walks around the car and get all the way around the car, don't bark, don't do nothing, and the dog sit down. And he was like, we gonna search it. And I'm like, I thought you said that the dog hit. He was like, when our dog smells stuff, it sit down. I said, what? Like, all you gotta do is say sit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of hit is that? You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, my man put me, homegirl that was riding with us, homeboy that was riding with me, put all of us in the back of his car and searched my car. Listen, we were going up to see Bethune-Cookman versus Savannah State.
Yeah, shout out to
we were going to see that football game, and we were on track to make it on time. I was on the side of the road so long, I did not make it to the game. The whole reason that I was going to Daytona, I didn't even make it to the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how long we were on the side of the road, breaking my car down to pieces. You know what I'm saying? And then the crazier thing, man, it was like police coming out the, you know, I got pulled over by one officer, and then like it was RVs coming like out of places, and you know what I'm saying? It turned from like one officer to like 7 or 8, and I'm like, oh man, what's going on, man? Yeah. You know what I mean? It was a crazy experience, man. And of course, I got a TV, I got a cell phone, I see other things that go on in the world, and that starts to build this. Starts to build like this narrative in your mind. Okay, this is how it is. This is how it is. But that's not true. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And all honesty, man, it really is probably on a smaller scale than what it is portrayed to be on. Not to say that it doesn't happen, because I've definitely experienced, and that's not the only occasion I've experienced. Oh, yeah. I've been pulled over. I remember one time, man, I'm coming down the rim, man. I saw the officer, so 516 turned into the ring. As soon as I come around the corner on 516, I see the man way down by like Bojangles. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I know my speed good, you know what I mean? Man pulled me over, was like, I hit you speed and this and that. I'm like, man, no you didn't, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't. And then he go from that to how dark is this tent and so on and so forth and on and on and on and on and on. It's like, dog, cut it out, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, cut it out, man. You know, but those experiences, man, and even if you don't have a personal experience, just the things that you see and you read and you hear and the things that go on around you, man, they could begin to form this narrative. And that's just this experience, all right? That narrative could be with multiple things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It could be with multiple things, man. But how that narrative starts to dictate how you interact with a whole race of people. And that's crazy, man. Like, it can't be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you never know what you're shutting off.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You never know what you're shutting off. Maggie white. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mark Sussman white. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what's a shot?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's dangerous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why on this podcast we talk about awareness so much, man. We talk about awareness because I think the awareness is important because this stuff is happening fast. You know what I'm saying? We talk about experiences. There's every thought you have is formulated off of something that you perceive.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is very little time between the perception and the thought. You know what I mean? That's why the awareness is so important. You know what I mean? This stuff is happening. It's like the blessing and the curse of the body, man. You know what I'm saying? The body is made on this autopilot, which makes it makes living a real life experience. You know what I'm saying? Because this stuff is just happening for you. But then again, you know what I mean? The body can become hardwired, and then again, this stuff is happening for you, and detrimental things can be happening for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the perception and the thought are both the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're both the same thing. They happen immediately, and then the emotions follow that.
Yeah.
Right? Now the emotions come in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kick in.
Now I'm pissed because I remember how I felt on the side of the road. You know what I mean? That same feeling come back. You know, now that's just another layer on top of the experience that, like I say, you have to be aware. Right? Because if you're not aware and you allow these things to go on autopilot, man, you, after the emotion, you know what I'm saying, now you don't come to an actual decision. Now you got to, there's an action that comes to it.
Yeah.
And if awareness has not come into place anywhere in there,
Topsy-turvy.
you never know what that action could be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You never know what that action can be. You know what I mean? And that's really what makes it so hard for me to judge people, man. Cause I have an understanding of that, and I know how it feels to be on autopilot. You know what I'm saying? I know how it feels to just do stuff. I've been arrested 4 times, man, just from living on autopilot and not being aware. Not that my thoughts were so different from anybody else's or anything. You know what I'm saying? They probably thinking the same thing, but then they had a moment of awareness, like, man, I probably shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, what? That's what I say. I'm not really any different from anybody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Do I have the potential to murder somebody? Yeah, for sure. Everybody do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, at what point does the awareness kick in?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So why would I judge that man? You know what I mean? Why would I do that? Cause he ain't really no different from me. Like, we got the same things operating.
Right.
You know what I mean? The same. We have the same things operating in us. That just, you know what I mean?
You see it differently.
So the judging thing, man, it's a major topic, dog. You know what I mean? It's major how it plays in our lives, man. But when we talk about awareness, man, what are some things that we can do to kind of build our awareness? You know what I mean? To kind of help us out in this area. Because like I said, man, these things are happening quickly. You know what I mean? That's why, man, I love my meditation times.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That was gonna be my answer. I really think that's like really the number one thing you can do to build your awareness. I do. Meditating or just, you know what I'm saying, just sitting in a quiet room, just absorbing your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Not even so much as absorbing them. Just like we say, becoming aware of them. You know what I'm saying? Not seeing them, but yeah, you know, but not getting attached to them. If that makes sense.
Yeah, right.
Kind of just letting them go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Not bounding yourself to it, but seeing it, being aware of it, and keeping it moving. You know what I'm saying? But meditation, man, people don't really know how important meditation is. Man, that thing's serious, and I think, man, if a lot more people do that, it'd be a way, bro. The world would be a different place, It would be a completely different place if everybody just meditated twice for 10 minutes a day.
You know, one of the biggest things that meditation has taught me to do, man, and I was just telling my boy this the other day, man, everything that we talk about is in the Bible. I don't agree with the way that church preaches it, but it's all in the Bible, man.
Yeah.
But one thing that I see in scripture all the time and that meditation has taught me, bro, is just to wait.
Patience.
It's just to wait, because what meditation has taught me is the thought will pass, bro. And something else is going to come.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
This too shall
And
pass.
when the thought passes, the emotions and all go with it, because they all the same. It's all one unit. The perception, the thought, the emotions that came with it, the feelings and all that, all of that are all one unit. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of pass together. And that's what that's what meditation has taught me, man. If I sit here, like this right here, it's loud. I hear it in my head. And then it's gone. And it's nothing for a little while. And then it's something else. And now it's this. And now it's, I got to do that. And now it's, when that happen? You know what I'm saying? And it's just, boom, boom, boom. So then I get in real live situations, you know what I'm saying? And I feel, I perceive something. I have a thought. I feel a surge of emotion. And then I'm like, I feel like I got to do something, right? And then I'm like, hold on. I'm just going to wait. Because I'm aware of it. I'm like, dang, that's the same thing that be happening when I admit. You just chill for a second. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then it all subsides. You know what I'm saying? It all subsides. And now I can make a informed decision that I really want to make. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on the autopilot anymore. But I think one place that we get in trouble is that you try to stop it all together. You say, well, in order for me to worry, I can't have no worrisome thoughts. Boy, that's dead. In order for me not to judge, I can't have no judgmental thoughts. Boy, that is a doornail.
Yeah.
That does not mean that you're judging. That does not mean that you're judgmental. You know what I'm saying?
It just means that your spidey senses are...
It means that you're human, though.
Yeah, it means that
you
you're
know
human.
what I'm saying? And and you can't cut off the humanity part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You cannot cut off the humanity part. You can't have it that way. You know what I'm saying? It all goes together. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, the humanity part is important. It's important to draw distinctions. You know what I'm saying? If I want to get out of this house, it's important for me to know the difference between a wall and a door. You know what I'm saying? Because that could be painful trying to get out that way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's important. You can't cut the humanity side off, but you also have to know when the humanity side is necessary. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the system, there's nothing wrong with the system. The system is this body is great how it operates, you know what I'm saying? But you have to be aware of what's really going on. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's especially true in the judging part, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, man, no matter what you're judging, you know what I'm saying? Jarvis, we talked about the race. That's gonna be big ones for us. As black males, man, the race one's gonna be big. You know what I'm saying? But no matter what it may be, you know what I'm saying, no matter what group of people you feel like you have a problem with, I know another big one is gay people. You know what I mean? I got homeboys who like, man, I don't mess with no boogers. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't mess with no boogers, man. Approach me, nothing like that. I'm like, man, that's what he say. He's calling boogers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I don't say nothing because you know what I'm saying. Yeah, that's bro. That's whatever his opinion may be. But I have a different stance on it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, like we said from the beginning, bro, as much as it seems like we're different, it's all pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So, you fleshing out in that manner is no different than how I flesh it out in another. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's really no different. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really speak to what led. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak to that decision. You know, I can't speak to it. Mm-hmm. I don't have the same experiences. I don't have any of that to even know the basis of where you're coming from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So listen, bro. When I say a gay man, I talk to a gay man like I talk to any other man, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I talk to any other man, bro. Yeah. I said, man, what's up, bro? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. No matter what, you gonna get the dap up, you gonna get all of it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what, bro? You know what I mean? And it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy, man. And things are definitely full circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said that on the call the other day, boy. It's full circle, man. That same energy might come back. that same energy come right back to you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In all kind of forms.
That's where you master your energy.
Huh? Yeah, man. Yeah. But everybody judge in some kind of way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody judge in some kind of way, and everybody has a distinct group that the judging requires more awareness than another group.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I was listening to a comedy skit the other day, and it was a white dude who stayed in Harlem, and he was like, how he know a black man is dangerous is by his tennis shoes. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, black people really care about their image. You know what I'm saying? Like a black man not gonna go outside with dirty tennis shoes on. So it's like, when I see a black man, he got dirty tennis shoes on, I know he don't care about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I know brother don't care about nothing, but he got nothing to lose, you know what I'm saying? He gonna be a pigback and all about them shoes, he got nothing to lose, bro. And it's just kind of, you know, folks do have perceptions like that, though, you know what I'm saying? Folks do have perceptions on that. And then another thing, man, that understanding kind of helps me deal with people who are judging me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not, the judging part is no different, right? I'm the same way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The awareness may be different, right? Because they actually fleshing it out. Yeah. They fleshing those thoughts and those emotions and those feelings out on me. But that's the part I could probably be upset, like, dang, bro, you know, your awareness is really, you know what I'm saying? I could probably be upset about your awareness, but I can't be upset about your actual act of judging. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Because in that aspect, we the same. Yeah, I do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And even on the awareness part, it's kind of hard for me to get down on you on that because it's moments that my awareness is probably not where it should be. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Man, folks got it. Man, that high horse got to go, man.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no such thing, like I said, man. You're not gonna just keep all the good and just eradicate all what you perceive as bad. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't view it as bad. Right. Me personally, I don't view it as bad. But you're not just going, I'm gonna keep all the good stuff. I gotta get rid of the judging and the worrying. I gotta get rid of all those thoughts. And, man, that child dead, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's dead, man. The better solution is to come to an understanding of how the system actually works. Fellas, thoughts, man. Talk to me. What y'all think, man?
I think it all sound good, man. Like you said, judging is something that everybody deal with. You know, with different reasons people may judge. I would say, I think one of the main reasons people judge others is probably because of pride.
What you mean when you say because of pride?
Good one.
I guess because you know, like if I see you got something that I want, I'm like, man, he don't deserve that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I work just like he do. You know what I'm saying? And how can he get that? You know what I'm saying? I don't got it. Or how he doing this and he ain't trying to break bread with me too. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Yeah, basically because of pride and when you doing anything because of your pride, especially when it comes to judging others, you're not using it for the better good of yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
And I just think if people would learn to live a life without pride, then the whole judging others would be easier. It may be easier for them to get that sense of awareness, like we were talking about. You know what I'm saying? Say, hey, we the same. You know what I'm saying? He went out there and worked. I can do the same thing. Go get that if I wanted to. So I think that's big, man. I was listening to something and they were saying, pound for pound, though, a tiger could beat a lion.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A tiger is way more muscle.
Yeah,
and
it's
all,
bigger than a lion.
Yeah, and all of that. But you know why? Mentally, a tiger can't beat him because there's pride. You know what I'm saying? A lion has no pride. You know what I'm saying? So
break that down for me.
I mean, they not caught up in themselves because they know who they is. I mean, they can't get the jungle. You know what I'm saying? So, but the tiger, he can't get the jungle. He think he all that. You know what I'm saying? I might have to show him something. You know what I'm saying? And that get in your way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That get in your way, and that's the same with us. Mm-hmm. And that's what stopped him. A lion humble. Hey, I know who I am. Yep. I don't gotta prove myself to nobody. The tiger, the one that feel like he gotta prove himself. That's the pride getting in the way.
You know what I like about lions? Well, they just so chill.
Yeah.
Like, you go to the zoo, man, the lions will blow you the most because they just laying
around. Don't do nothing. Yeah. I'm the king of the jungle. I ain't gotta prove nothing to nobody.
I'm just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is the most boring. But I figure that's pretty good. That's the image that you paint. I'm thinking about a tiger and a lion, and I think that's the same that we talk about just with the lion as far as attitude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Why is he the king of the jungle? Mainly because of attitude. Not the biggest, not the strongest, not the fastest, not the meanest, not the most cunning. I mean, he is none of that. But boy, he will break off anybody at any given moment. You know what I'm saying? One thing about a tiger, he has a very specific diet. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very specific on what he eats. You know, he hunts a certain kind of, and most animals do, except for the lion. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Lions are kind of like, they're not scavengers, but they will be like the equivalent of scavengers, that a scavenger going to eat anything that's dead, lion going to eat anything that's moving. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, dog, if you moving and I'm hungry, but you got the potential to be on the menu, dog. Yeah. But it ain't like, oh, nah, that ain't no zebra angle. No, sir. Yeah. You know what I mean? But if you're out there, you're done. Yep. Mm-hmm. Big Jarvis, man. Catch us up with your thoughts on the judging, man.
It's your boy Jarvis. I was gonna say first, this is a good topic. Like you said, it's natural. Everybody judge. To me, judging something or judging someone, like I said, it could be good or bad. Like, for example, if I'm on a plane and I see 4, 5, 6 Arab people wrapping turbans come on the plane, I'm gonna look like, okay,
they about to blow this thing.
Like, what's going on here? Like, should I be cautious? Should I be aware of the situation? Mm-hmm. Or like, if I'm standing, in the club and I see these dudes mugging me, go walk to the car, and kind of following me. So, am I the judge? Like I said, it's not. We talk about judging, but like I said, it could be some good situation that you judge. also be.
That's what Travis was saying as far as awareness and how.
Yeah.
You know, they're survival type.
Survival. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know. Judging, like I said, it could be good or bad. But like I said, it's a good topic. You just gotta, like I said, be aware. I mean, because like I said, it's natural. Like I said, we all judge. So, I mean, just be aware more.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and it's important to distinguish what we're talking about. Like your example from the club. If I'm in the club and I see. And I notice that people are watching me, and like, I move, they move, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of different. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of different, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's kind of different. We talk about, just judging, just boom. I see you walking down the street.
Yeah.
Look at that nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Well,
or when I ride down the street and I see people are asking for money, you know what I mean, and I'm like, look at this bum, man, you know,
man, that's crazy that you do that. Cause sometimes when I see people, I be like, man, I ain't get. Man, they probably got a house and
that's why I'm
cars, you know what I'm saying?
And they might not.
Yeah.
See, that's my thought, Travis.
You know what I mean?
I was like, I don't know if this man trying to get over me or
they all got on army jackets. They might have been in the military. They might not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They might or they might not. And do I feel bad about the thought pop in my head? I surely do not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I sure don't. And most of the time, if I got $2 or $3, they get them. And if I don't got $2 or $3, I don't feel bad about that either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wait for the light to turn green. I roll on up. You know what I'm saying? But
I give you another one, man. Prime example of you know what I'm saying. When judging is, you know, when we doing the lift and that stuff, man, put up to somebody like, he look like he about to be all stuck up. Or, you know what I'm saying? He look like he finna be one of them type customers. They get in the car and it's completely different. Have a good conversation, laugh, joke.
You pulling up, white dude, got a suit on, briefcase, already on the phone. You like, all right, know what he about. You know what I'm saying? He get in the car, hey man, you saw the game last night?
Yeah.
What? Man, you saw it? Yeah, man. It's crazy and like we said, man, it's important to know, man, that by doing that, you limiting life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're limiting the amount of experiences that you will put here to the experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? By automatically saying nope, that's bad energy. It's gonna lead to a bad experience. So I'm not even gonna give it the time of day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the part that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? There are definitely like both of y'all had mentioned. There's a difference. You know, when we talking about, you have certain instincts, like survival like instincts. You know what I'm saying? Something kind of cues you in and like, hold on now. I was standing over there. They was standing over there. I'm standing right here. They standing right here. You know what I'm saying? Something cued in like, hey man, this car been following me for like 20 minutes, man. You know what I mean? Something cue you in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we just talking about as far as like limiting your experiences, you know what I'm saying? Like cut and dry rules for everybody. Yeah. And when I see this, I automatically know that means something bad. That's kind of not like that, you know what I'm saying? And we're talking about white dude in a suit, you know what I'm saying? It's some brothers as far as the Uber go to pick them up and they look equally as sketchy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The dirty tennis shoes. I picked up some dirty tennis shoes on Highway 17 one time. Man, brother was just so cool, bro. Yeah. It was two of them, bro. And they just sit in the back and just had conversation with each other all the way till they stopped, bro. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Genuine conversation, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't nothing crazy. You know what I mean?
I can think of another natural one.
Talk to
like me. Judgmental, like when you see interracial couples now, be more judgmental, like, man, what this white dude doing with this sister, man? He can't handle her, man. Like, you know, man.
Like Serena Williams was.
You got her, what?
Jesus. Oh, yeah, man. So, like, just situations like that. Trying to think, come on, another quick one.
Man, it's a lot of them, dog.
Yeah.
And they be quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They be quick, man. I'm trying to think of another one myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of another one myself, man. I know when I see like, I guess we already hit that one, man. You know, but different. Okay, so you got like the white dude in the suit. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the white dude with the, you know what I'm saying? Kind of more like the trailer park kind of white dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like with kind of, you know, the prison looking tattoos and all, you know what I'm saying? Kind of also give you that sketchy little, you know, but it's kind of the same thing, man. I done picked up brothers like that off 17 in the trailer parks, man. And A1 conversation.
Yeah.
All the way to the liquor store and all the way back. A1 conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A1 conversation, man. And that Uber really kind of helped me out, man, because it let me know, like, I kind of get to the point where I can kind of talk to anybody, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Anybody who willing to talk.
Anybody who willing to talk. And then people get in the car and they don't want to talk. And I'm like, that's cool, too.
Yeah.
Actually, it makes for an easier ride.
Yeah.
That's why I say kind of college helped me with that, because like I said, I interact with different races and different ethnicity. I can't never say the word, but different people from different places. Like, of course, I'm in Florida, so you interact with, like, all right, like, quick example, like, when I first got to Florida, I was scared of people from Miami.
Yeah.
Because there's a perception I see, like, growing up, I always watched the first 48, so. All y'all niggas. All y'all motherfuckers. I mean, all y'all motherfuckers. I'm sorry. I was like, ooh, Jesus.
Ain't nobody judging you, dog.
Well, all y'all crazy, so I was gonna fall back for y'all, and then and then people from Duval be like, yeah, y'all, yeah, I heard about y'all too. So it's like just trying to like I said, interact with them and just build conversations and stuff. Like, what kind of helped me with that? My freshman roommate, he's from Miami. He went to Miramont High School, if I can remember. Yeah, Miramont High School. I had long conversations with him, and he was like, "Yeah, man, like people think like Miami is we wild and all this. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some people that's ignorant and misled and misguided. So, but he was like, it's just the perception. So, like I said, I think college helped me in that aspect too. Just talking to different people from different places and stuff like that.
We both went to HBCUs, but you were actually in, Florida. I was in Savannah at a HBCU. Wasn't much variety. You know what I mean? Wasn't much practice. You know what I'm saying? So it was a little different experience. But fellas, and y'all tell me if y'all agree or disagree. I think to sum up what we're saying, man. When it comes down, just specifically judging, even though this is true for other areas, when it comes down to judging, man, it's important to understand that you're probably not going to just rid yourself of those initial thoughts based on those perceptions, unless you have such a different experience. You know what I'm saying? That it kind of changes the whole structure, how your thoughts form or whatever. Right. But kind of, to send a message, man, that the thoughts are okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What you don't put your focus on the thoughts, put your focus on the awareness. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to go out and try to stop the thoughts and feel like, oh man, I'm a bad person because I judge, I have this thought when I see this person, I have this thought when I see this person, I feel this way when I see that person, you know what I'm saying? Come to the understanding that it's just a thought. You know what I'm saying? And the thought can be present while you go and while your actions are different than the thoughts. You know what I'm saying? You can have different actions than the thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like with the Uber, man, just because I see somebody and boom, that thought popped in my head, when they get in the car, I still say the same thing I say when anybody else get in the car. Man, how you doing today? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter what the thought was. The thought is not going to dictate how I go forward because I didn't have control over the thought. Like, it just came with the vision. I saw it, boom, it happened. You know what I'm saying? But I'm aware of it, so I'm aware. I'm like, I ain't going with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I'm going to be rude when they get in the car? Yeah. When they get in the car. It's like, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So man, yeah, man, we're going to close this one up.
Yeah.
We're going to close this one up, man. Talked about the judging today, kind of just the natural aspect of it. You know, the judging is natural. You know what I'm saying? You gonna judge, man. It's just kind of it's a part of the human experience. But I guess we all feel that it's best to build your awareness. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you focus on your awareness, you'll become aware of the moments and you'll better handle them. You know what I'm saying? Because once you become aware, you can stop operating on autopilot. We're gonna leave them with something good for the upcoming week.
Yeah.
Y'all ready?
Yeah. Y'all want me to go first?
Yeah, I want you to go first.
I'm about to say, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll go first as well, too. Excuse me.
Me, man.
Excuse me.
Right, what can I leave the people with, man? I think I'm gonna leave the people with. I just want to let folks know that, like, if you're not happy where you at, you probably never gonna get to where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of starts with where you at. Like no matter if it's a job, or anything you may be trying to accomplish, finish, start, anything. If you're not happy with where you at, there's no way you're gonna get to that next level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So be appreciative for everything that you have, everything that comes with where you are right now. Because if you in a position and you don't like it and you upset and you mad because you feel like you need to be here, and like I shouldn't have to go through this, I shouldn't have to do this because I need to be here, then you never gonna get there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of just accepting this and saying, hey, look, this comes with the territory. I'm gonna go here every day, work my butt off, grind, read this, do this, you know, save this, whatever it may be, to get to the next level. But just complaining and all of that stuff is not gonna get you there, man. So just be happy with where you at in order to get to the next level. Because if you're not happy with where you at now, you probably never gonna get to where you wanna be.
I like that, man.
Yeah.
Definitely a good one. I think what I'm gonna go with this week is try it. You know what I mean? I hear a lot of good ideas. You know what I'm saying? I talk to people, I read, I watch videos, I hear ideas. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people say, and I know this because when I'll share the idea with somebody and they'll give me their rebuttal.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's saturated, man. A lot of people do that. Oh man, I heard you need a lot of money to get that started. Oh, I heard about this. Oh man, they be scamming with that. You know what I'm saying? I heard there's a lot of scams with that. And it'll deter you from doing it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But my thing is, man, try it, man. You know what I'm saying? Get out there, try it, and see if you like it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get your own experience from it, man. Just try things, man. Man, my wife and I, man, like, we got goals and we got dreams, and bro, we just taking active steps towards them. You know what I'm saying? Taking the active steps towards them, putting one foot in front of the other, doing the research, taking the trip. You know what I'm saying? Getting a sample, seeing how, whatever the case may be, man. Just try it, and a part of trying it, man, is actually putting your all into it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how you figure out your likes and your dislikes. Yeah. I get on something, I put everything I got into it, and I see if it's a good fit for me. I mean, I kind of like this, you know what I'm saying? I keep going with it. I ain't really what I thought it was, you know what I'm saying? I let it go, but I still try it, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And when I try it, I go all in, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, try it. That's mine for the week. What you got there, Jarvis?
I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave people with cherish the time. Cherish the time. I could see that. Yeah. What I mean by that is everything in life revolves around time. Like if you think about it, like everything revolves around time. That's like true. It took somebody time to make this countertop. it took the time. Like I said, we take the time out of our days to meditate. Anything you think about when you in school, speed. This the time times distance is equal speed. Like each year is time, so just cherish the time.
Okay.
Be more aware of the time. Like I said, we all allot the same 24 hours in a day. Just cherish the time. Take your time out to do something out the box. Do a good deed. Take time out to call one of your loved ones, your friends, and just catch up with them, check on them, make sure that, they're doing okay. And just cherish your time and just be more mindful and aware of your time.
Yeah. If I could add anything to that, man, when you talking about being aware of your time, be aware of your desire to fast forward time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you see traffic, you mad. Only thing you think about is the other side of the traffic. Nah, bro, be in this time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cherish this time. You know what I mean?
Right.
What you got?
Yeah, man.
Hey, you see how you went? Hey, come on.
I
I preserve important documents.
I like
You play?
Yeah, man. So if y'all want to get in contact with us, y'all can email us at whatifsavannah@gmail.com. We here on Facebook, and that's #WhatIfSAV. We also on Instagram, and that's WhatIf_SAV. And don't forget, we got our tutoring going on: math, English, Spanish, and some SAT prep. We got about right above 20 days left in school.
You got the countdown going?
Oh boy, we got the countdown rolling.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. We got, I think it's right around 20, 22, something like that, days left. So, if y'all need tutoring, definitely hit us up. And if you need more information about us, our tutoring, check out our website at whatifsav.com. And also, before we leave, man, I just want to encourage everybody to check out the NBA playoffs as the Golden State Warriors go take another championship this year. We got out to a good start last night, got our first win in Game 1. So I think it'll be a pretty good road to victory. I know y'all Laker fans a little upset. So you don't got no team. You Chicago Bulls or something like that?
No, I got favorite players, man. Shout out to Carmelo Anthony, man. We coming back, dog. We coming back. Yeah, that
man.
way. We coming back. Shout out to Dirt.
Y'all got a cuss word. I get one.
Yeah, man. But I got favorite players. I don't got favorite teams. So that way.
I'm not going to entertain or acknowledge any part of these conversations. What I will say is that there are two teams in NBA history with the most championships, and my team is one of those two teams. That's all I really say about it. Yeah. In closing, this is the What If Podcast where possibility begins. It's your boy CJ.
It's your boy Trev. I'm out.
And this your boy Jarvis.
Hey, man, hit the finish button.
Yeah, man.
Talking about it, Golden State.
Golden State Warriors, man. Man, once again, I'm sorry for the curse word that slipped.